Alright. Time for some more zombie blood rush development. Post this in IL. And we'll get going. Alright. Pretty sure I'm live because I see a like on the video. So, let's keep going. Alright. Let me go ahead and double check my audio. Yep, all good. Alright. Alright, so today what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and work on the spawning system, basically, and more the game logic. So, like, right now, none of the game logic's implemented. Like, basically, it's all just settings, more or less. Like, we can see, like, or we can shoot each other, we can earn points, we can die. There's some scaling going on, there's some limits on different purchases, but there's no real, like, logic. Like, it's not a playable game yet. So, what we have to do now is actually set up the spawning system. I've done a little bit of work offline, but not much. So essentially what we have to do is for each map, we have to find the 4 zones that we want to be considered the team zones. We're going to use a shared variable that will basically be used to determine the spawn point for each of these players. As long as this function is called before the player spawns, that means that whenever they call their spawn, they will be able to use this logic. I haven't decided exactly how I want to do the spawns yet. So, if I basically want to set it up to where your first spawn is always in your class zone. But then after that, we have to think about some of the exploits that could happen if you just respawn them in a random place. Because if you spawn in on round 1 and just kill yourself to respawn out in, like, the other player's spawn, that could be a really bad thing. So we have to be really careful with how we set up the spawning system. And we also need to override where the game picks the spawn point from. Because if we just do like a set origin, there's a frame where you could die and basically somebody could just spam rockets at the spawn point. And if they're lucky, you'll die instantly, which we don't want to do. So, and we also need to make you invulnerable until this spawn delay is over. And that'll be your spawn invulnerability. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the spawning system now. What I'll do is I'll do level.teamSpawns. Actually, that's a real variable name. Let me try GM spawns. So that's just going to set it up to be an array. Then we'll simply do... let's see. How do we do the client IDs? Because we need to make sure that... Okay, so this client ID starts at 3. I don't know why we do +1. Doesn't make much sense at all. Because I could just do 4 and then ++ here. So that's kind of dumb. Okay. So we'll use self.clientID for this. The issue becomes what happens if we go past the standard client ID. For now, I'll do a modulus. I'll do like modulus. I'll do -4 modulus 0 clamped. So like get spawn team ID. we'll do return self.client ID -4 modulus for +4 probably. What that should do, change this to 0 for host. Modulus 4, then go back to +4. So this will basically restrict it from 4 to 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll be from 4 to 7 will basically be the valid indexes. You'll never end up with a different index, I think. And actually, I don't need to do this, because the modulus will erase this. Okay. So I will use this function from now on inside of the game mode whenever we do get our team. And then we will simply do get GM team for the, or no, we won't. I guess we can literally just predict all the teams, right? We know it's going to be allies, team 5, team 6, and team 7 every game. So I'll just hard code it for now. So we basically want to set up the spawns. And then we want to randomize them. And I guess these are just the initial spawns. And when a player enters a zone, we'll consider it a possible spawn for them. So you'll only be able to spawn in places you've been. That could be an issue if a player just straight up bum rushes straight to your spawn. You don't even get out of your spawn, and then they kill you. Because then you would just get spawn trapped in your original spawn point. But what I'll do is a fallback. If there's somebody in your zone or looking at your spawn, or the spawn can see the player, because you could just turn around. That's actually an issue that exists in, I don't remember what game it is. I think it's Destiny. Yeah, it's Destiny. So in Destiny, in their like PvPvE mode called Gambit, if you look away from the spawn, like, so if you go to a spawn point, basically turn around, walk in a direction for long enough to where you're far enough away from the spawn, the invader will always, the like enemy player will always spawn in the spawn point behind you, because the game checks your field of view and sees that you can see all of the other spawns on the map except for the one behind you. So the invader will spawn behind you, and if you time it correctly, you can basically always spawn trap the invader. And that's an issue that I don't want to have in my game. So, what's up, John? So the way to remedy that is if the spawn point can see the player, it's an invalid spawn. Okay. So let's just go ahead and allocate these really quickly. And so I don't have to use it, I'm just going to do index equals 0. Oh, you're dev? What's that, man? I could just use add to array for this as well, but I think it'll mess up the indexes, so I just want to do that, basically. I could also just do gmspawns.size, but I think that'll use more bytecode, so there's no point. So then what I'll do is... I think they have array randomize. Let me look it up. Okay, I know they have random, or like a random array or whatever, somewhere in utils. I hate how this has to take up so much vertical screen space. They should allow you to reduce this stuff. It'll probably be an array shared. Or, yeah, there we go. So this will just... Oh, yeah, there we go. Randomized. Why are they waiting? Oh, they're not. What the hell is... Oh, I see. Okay. So it's going to be namespace array shared. Make sure I have that. I should. I do. So I should just basically do... Let me make sure this isn't going to script the indexes either. Wow, this is a really lazy... I guess it's OVN always, but that's okay. It's a linear swap, so that's cool. Level.gm spawns. Do I have to swap it? They do pass by reference in this game. Array. Randomize. Okay. After we randomize the spawn point array, okay, I know what to do now. So the next thing I'll do is whenever a player spawns in, or I guess whenever the game requests a spawn point, we'll just basically pop a value from GM spawns. Or we'll even use an index, level.spawn index, and we'll just modulus that with the array size. So we'll just do get random map spawn initial we'll just do this. Should only be used at game start. Return. Oh wait, no, we can't do that hacky bullshit I would do in C#. So spawn equals level.gm spawns. Or I guess spawn zone. Level.gm spawns. I'll probably come back and change this. Level.gm spawns, level.spawn index. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Level.spawn index equals level.spawn index plus 1. Modulus the size of this array. And we'll also do if this is less than 1, return 0, 0, 0, which is probably bad. We'll just return undefined. Or we'll just return undefined, yeah. And that'll, I'll just have to handle that. I want to return a default value, but then I'll probably brick my development and make it really slow, so. Next, we have to get a random spawn point from this array, which I have to go check my old catalyst source, because I don't remember how to do that. I believe it's in sliders. Oh, yeah, it's right here. So, essentially, you just pick a zone. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, it goes in maps. Okay. And then we do for each respawn point, if is point inside zone, which is in zone manager, I believe. Or that's in util, actually. Oh, no. It's a custom function I wrote. Damn, where did I put that? Huh. I don't know where this function is. Also, I don't know why it's not referenced anywhere in the... There's no way it's not in one of these files. What? Okay. Interesting. I swear that function exists somewhere because I copy-pasted this. Clearly I copy-pasted this. I mean, look at this. Unless I rewrote this. No, because I would never do that. So yeah, I definitely copy-pasted this from somewhere. That's weird. Okay. So then for every zone, if their point is inside of the zone, if not is defined target point, I guess return, because we can't do anything with that spawn point. And then of course we have to do return target point origin. So this will basically get us a random spawn. Just a random spawn inside of the start zones. So now we need to go into, I guess, global logic. It's either in spawn logic or global logic. I don't remember where we set up the spawn points for player respawns. So I guess I'll have to go check _ZM. Because _ZM will have it. Let me close all this shit. Oh no. I think it's in ZM game type. Yeah. So this is the function that's called to get their spawn point. What's up, Brazilian? What's going on, dude? So yeah, they definitely do it inside of ZM. So check for valid spawn near team. So I can override this callback, which should straight up allow me I don't know what this return struct is for. But yeah, so this might be what my little ticket in here to be able to override the spawn points. Let me just close spawn logic for now. But yeah, this just does, it gets the players, gets the spawn points. What's up, Finnegan? What's going on, dude? CM Zone Manager, get active zones for entities. Gets all the active zones for each spawn point. So checks if it's enabled. Gets distance squared. Position with telefrag. Okay, so this is like super basic. Do they even use this variable? What the hell? Arteric does some wacky shit sometimes. Oh, this is just a variable saying basically return struct or return origin. I guess they reuse it. I'm wondering what this is used for other than just this function call right here. So I guess they're picking the closest group of... J is the index of spawn points? So they just straight up basically take a spawn points array, which is getting player spawns for game type. Then they select an index. This index is actually... That's in here. They get an array of player respawns. For each struct, they allocate this struct. So if I've been doing this wrong the entire time, I bet I have. Yeah, this is not a point. This is like a... I remembered they did this in the mod tools too. So there's two different types of spawn entities inside of COD. One of them is the spawn group, and one of them is the actual point. So these respawn points, or the groups, are basically like little entities that keep a collection of actual spawn points, and you can access these entities to get the list of spawn points possible. So I've been doing this wrong, because point.origin, you can spawn there, but you'll spawn in the air, and it's a really weird spot. And it's not always in a valid position, so I think, unless I'm wrong, this may actually be a better way to do it. So they do, basically, they get the script in. That's the ideal distance from the spawn point that they would like to put you. So they check if the point of the spawn is in a good spot. So this is the group that they pick. Then they check the spawn point, closest group.target. This is the actual spawn array that they do. So I should be able to do... Let me rename target point. Or actually, I won't do that. I'll just keep going with this. So target point dot target, basically. This is the spawn array now. And for each, it basically checks. Wow. Okay, what? So they actually allocate the player. So certain players get certain positions. Wow. Okay. Why do they do this twice? What the hell? What's different? Why do they check position telefragging first? and then do this same exact check. Oh, this one is setting the... What the heck? Yeah, I'm not doing any of this shit. So I'm basically just gonna return spawn array 0.origin. And then I guess what I need to do is override that callback right here. Is this called on the player? No, it's not. Oh, but it uses the team. Okay, that's fine. So what I'll do then is I'll change this to player, return struct, and this should literally just allow me to use the game mode's callback. Equals, and of course I'm gonna have to make this spawn logic better. But just to test the initial spawns, this should be great. Okay, so then I'll do basically if return struct, return spawn array 0. And actually let me set this to a default so that we never have that issue, and I guess we never even use player. So this will just cycle through automatically. Okay. So is this a good solution for now? Sure. Is this going to work after the first player dies? No. They will respawn right behind the host player, which is horrible, but just for testing what I want to test, this is probably good. Hopefully I don't freeze or get any syntax errors. I knew it. Line 13 in maps. Oh yeah, you can't do this in Infinity Loader. That's a fat L. Okay. Whatever. Whatever. You can't do it in GSC Studio either, so I don't care. You can't do it in anything, really. Any GSC setup. Okay. Hopefully I don't freeze. I can't even remember what my dev settings are right now. It'll be in headers. So no God mode, dev points, dev HUD, and debug zone. Okay. I should probably disable debug zone while I'm writing this because there's no reason.
Hey everyone, this is Boxplot. You're listening to my Liquid and Beyond guest mix. Enjoy.
Fuck you, Boxplot. No, I'm just kidding. I hate how long this loading scene is. Okay, so I spawned here. You did not spawn where you're supposed to. Oh, that's right, because he respawned, because they spawned twice. So, maybe it did work? Alright, I guess the only way to know is to play. Okay, I see somebody over there. So maybe they did. I don't know how he got over there. Oh, never mind, I'm looking at something else. Okay, so the zombies are spawning over here, which is great. I can't buy the... Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. Oh yeah, I still got this on. Okay, so this guy spawned over here, which is where he's supposed to spawn. And this guy's over here. So I probably want to disable that highlighting. I don't know how to do it yet. But, like, obviously, if I can see somebody across the map like that, that's a problem. I mean, that kind of defeats the entire purpose of the game. It's probably a DVAR. Or a client field, maybe? I need to figure out what it is, though. Because I don't want to be able to see my teammates through the wall. And especially because they're not actually my teammates. Oh, I don't know where he is. Did he die? He probably died. I guess everyone's dead? Yeah, they all have 1 point, so they're all dead. Okay. So, I guess now what I need to do is write the actual, like, decent spawn logic, because what happens now is it just cycles in a pattern, which is not ideal. Basically, the way I want it to work is there to be an initial spawn. You keep your initial spawn, and then you have a list of possible spawns that like, if you've entered a zone, like, you see how this changes every time I go to a different zone? Whenever you change zones, I'm going to have it log to your list of possible respawn points. And you'll be able to respawn anywhere you've gone. This is what's most annoying about Shadows of Evil. So the Gobblegum cost doesn't update, but if I buy it, you see it's 9 grand. That's what it's supposed to say on the hint, but it doesn't. And then this still works, I think. Yep. But yeah, you'll be able to spawn anywhere you've been, or your default spot. And then if none of those are valid spawns, we'll probably iterate the zones list. But there's, I believe it's not even going to be possible after a certain extent for that to not be valid. So yeah, kiddos spawned over here. One of them. I'm sure one of them's in Footlight and probably Canal, or maybe Boxing Gym. Okay, so one of them's in Footlight. And the one of them's at Boxing Gym. Okay. But yeah, at least now, you know, it's not a spawn clusterfuck. Like, you're not just spawning in straight up and getting destroyed. Because that would suck. I bet he's just gonna die by zombies. I'm not even gonna get to him before he's dead. I can see him, like, backing up and acting weird, which means he just got hit. I want to go kill him, though. I think he's gonna die, though. Too soon. Because his bots are not smart. He's moving around. Okay, I killed him. I didn't even see where that power-up was. Okay. Alright, enough screwing around. So, I'm gonna disable this. Okay. So the next thing I need to do is basically set up this, like, managed spawn point system. Does it not update the string if you use set hint string? No, it does not. It's really weird. I don't know how it works. Yeah, if you guys could figure that out, I would be so grateful, because this is the only map where that happens. If you go on, let's say, Kino. Oh, wait, Kino doesn't have any spawn points, so it'll freak out. Anyway, but like on Kino, you wouldn't have that issue. Kino works just great. This is where I do the logic. Let me find it. So this is it. I basically override the visibility structure, set the base cost for the machine. This function here actually sets the hint string, but it doesn't work on shadows. There's no override I can find anywhere. There's no, I think it's something to do with the unit triggers, because I think it's actually an engine thing, because I remember back on one of the title updates they did, Shadows of Evil would straight up crash, like after like 30 minutes of playing, and every time it was, if you walked up to a Gobblegum machine, the hint string would change and it would freeze you and say you're out of strings. So maybe they did a title update to fix shadows, but they updated the exe instead of the scripts. And if that's the case, then I don't know what we can do. But I definitely look at it. I looked at it for several hours and couldn't figure it out, unfortunately. Okay. So, first... Okay, so the first thing we want to do is is define player dot GM spawn return get GM spawn player return struct. And what that will do is allow us to have a separate method for the like zone logic and stuff. We'll probably have to reuse some of this, but not much. And then we'll do player.gm spawn equals spawn zone. Or no. Ideally, I want to work with zones. So what I'll probably do is player.gm spawn equals spawn zone. I'll move all this code into get spawn from zone player return struct spawn zone. Make sure there's nothing undefined in here. Player dot visited zones. I'm sure this already exists, but I'm not sure. So this will get the second spawn point. If player.visited is dot size, or I guess visited, what did I call it? Visited zones. Dot size is less than 1, or as greater than 1. And then we will return a visited zone that is safe. Otherwise, if player start zone is safe, return start zone. Otherwise, return random spawn that is safe, And the final failsafe is return start zone. It should be physically impossible for this to happen, but you always want to failsafe. What are you working on? Well, first of all, what's up, Rez? And second of all, I am working on a game mode. Custom game mode for zombies for Black Ops 3. It's basically a PvP mode, and your points are your health, and the first player to a certain score wins. If I had to just TLDR it. What's up? Gilum, probably. Okay, so obviously the thing I use most in here is safe. So I need to basically do is zone ideal. Player zone. So first we want to do, are there any players in this zone? For each, or I guess, get ideal spawn location. For each spawn in the location, if there is a player, or if a bullet trace to a player succeeds, continue. If no zone is safe, return undefined, else return first instance of no bullet trace failure. Hey Series, BO3 GSX Studio apparently doesn't work for Windows 7. It works, but it gets closed and open, it starts giving an error, exception error. So I had to fix it every time I open it. It's just error normal. Probably not. I don't even support GSX Studio anymore. It's an old project, so sorry, but you're kind of on your own there. When IL supports BO2, I'll probably provide a little bit of support for that, but GSX Studio is just not worth it. What's up, Leaf? You missed it. I've already got random spawns working base. Well, I've got spawn points working off of zone names. We learned a lot about how spawns work. It's pretty dope. Okay, so let's make this function first. So first we need to, let's make a function called get spawns, or get all spawns from zone. Player zone. I think that works. Maybe not. Maybe it doesn't like that. It should like that. I hope. I think it likes that. I'm not sure. That's really weird syntax. It might like it. Okay, so then we'll basically take this. And now we'll just simply do return struct equals player zone. Oh, I'm sorry. Spawn array. Okay. Next, we will do this function here. And then, actually, there's no point in even doing this first. We want to do this first, which I believe is already in Zone Manager. Okay. So we want to figure out all the players inside of the zone. If we can't do that, we can just for each player, if they're in the zone, get player zone. So like, if I could literally just do for each player, if get player zone is equal to the zone passed in the string. But I believe there's get players in zone. Yep, there we go. So okay. If ZM underscore zone manager, I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, it is. Get players in zone. Zone. False. Return. We're just not going to return anything. Next, we want to do for each spawn in the location, and I don't want this to be zones. I want this to be spawns. What's up, Playmaker? What's going on, dude? For each spawn in the location, if a bullet trace to a player succeeds, continue. So for each spawn in spawns, I don't even remember bullet trace, so let me look up the documentation for that. BO3 script API. Let's look up bullet trace. Okay. Start and hit ignore. Okay, so we want to do bullet trace. And I do believe they have a lot of information. I need to look up this actually in the docs to see how they use it. Lovely. Dicks. I'm pretty sure it'll be in like game spawn or whatever. So there's position, there's fraction. I believe there's an entity list that you can get though. I swear. It's like ent. It's literally just ENT, I believe. My day's going pretty good, Playmaker. Just running some, I ran some recoveries this morning, and now I'm, just working on this game mode. I can't wait for it to be done. Player saw kill. Interesting. I'm really just looking for the ent string, because I know it's a thing. I'm just gonna look up this. Okay, maybe it's entity? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that is one advantage that you get from experience with GSC is learning shit like that, just remembering it. I want to learn, or I'm trying to understand what you're doing, but I don't understand anything. I'm sorry, man. I want to learn C++ at some point. Yeah, C++ is a lot harder, though. This is a GSC. This is like their scripting language. C++ is a whole nother bag of worms. Not saying you can't do it, because obviously, I mean, anyone can, but it's just harder. Okay, so the start position is going to be the spawn's origin plus a little bit of some height. Let's say plus like 40, because that'll be about the eye position of a character. Or no, the eye position of a character is like 70 or 100. I think it's 100. I don't care. I'm going to use 70. Origin plus 0, 0, 70. The end position is going to be... Oh, yeah, I got to do for each player and level.players. Equals player. Origin. We'll say if player dot session state is not equal to playing, continue, because we don't care about them if they're dead. Player dot origin plus 70. Hit characters will be true. Ignore entity will be, we don't have an entity, so undefined. And then if ent is equal to player, we'll say is defined ent. We will do, I'll watch later to see. I'm working on gun game. Nice. We'll probably do... Spawn okay equals true. Spawn okay equals false. If spawn okay is not equal, or if not spawn okay, or no, we'll say if spawn okay, return spawn. And we'll do a break here just for a little bit of performance fix. The real ideal solution here as well is instead of doing this, we just filter them before we iterate the array a million times, but I don't care. It's not necessary. I mean, at most, our spawns are looking like, you know, 5 or 6 spawns. The number of players is going to be like 4, so 24 iterations of a loop where we do a bullet trace in GSC ain't shit. It'll be, it might not be great. You might have to mess with it, but I don't know. I think performance will be fine. BO3 doesn't have limited string table? What do you mean? Yeah, it does. It's 2048 for string tables for HUD elements. But there is no way to do an overflow fix. It does not exist, so just don't use that many strings. Yeah, I tried. I've just done as much as \n as I can. Dude, \n is not a good solution. But it's whatever. I would just reduce all the strings you're using. I know you do a ridiculous amount of strings, and I think it's probably better for you to just get used to using less strings. And just reusing strings that are already in the game. Using as many localized strings as possible. I mean, that's what the real devs have to do for this game. I don't even have to return here. Okay. So get ideal spawn location. For each zone in player visited zones. Spot equals get ideal spawn location player zone. If spot or is defined spot. I'm just going to do this because it's for readability, but you don't have to. If you just don't return, it returns undefined automatically. I'm going to stop doing this thing where I return without... okay. If is defined spot and spot... I guess if is defined spot... return is defined return struct. Okay. If the player's start zone is safe. Oh man, is my music over? It is. Okay. Let's go to this one. Is this Sirius from Alaska? Yeah. Certainly. That's where I'm from.
Episode 47. This month we got High Wreath on the guest mix, but first up, my own selection of tracks. Enjoy.
If is define. He's from Alaska. I had him added and everything. Yeah, no, I'm not from Alaska. The way I speak should tell you that. I'm from the South. If is defined, player.gm spawn. Or I guess I should do basically... Yeah, if is defined, player.gm spawn. Return, or I guess, do this. Player.gm spawn. If spot... I guess we'll just redo this. Why do I do that? Oh, I guess it was just... Okay. Else, we want to return a random spawn that is safe. So I guess for each zone in getArrayKeys level.zones. Or... Otherwise, we are forced to return. This little snippet here. Okay, hopefully this doesn't crash me. I just wrote a shitload of code without testing, so it will 100% crash me. But you can always hope for the best. Probably won't even compile. Oh, it compiled. Okay. I used to have you added on PSN. Gabe has CFW. It was probably an impersonator, man. What's up, Andy? What's going on, dude? And yeah, YouTube user, or Gabe has CFW. If you remember the gamer tag, you can post it in chat, and I'll tell you whether it's legit or not. I had a ton of them, but I remember most of them. Okay, so I'm here. I didn't freeze. I see no bot in this spawn. So far, so good. They all look like they're in their correct spots, but I don't know. So I'm going to run over to them and check. It looks like they're all in the same spot, though, which is kind of scary. Oh, no. Yeah, they all spawned in the start. Okay. Very sad. Time to debug, I guess. So, the code that would allow them to spawn in the start zone like that all together, I guess we'll just have to look at it. So clearly, okay, they didn't spawn at my spot. I love doing that and then not knowing where my mistake was. Control A, Control C, and then Z. Yeah. Yes or no, BO1 Kino was the best zombies map? No, absolutely not. Definitely not. Not in my opinion. If I had to pick a best zombies map ever, let me think. It's either gonna be Origins or Horizon Drop. For me. Or Knocked. Buried was good, but the problem with Buried was it was too easy. It was way too easy. So was Horizon Drop, though. So probably Origins. Origins or Knocked. And the reason I say Knocked is just because of its, simplicity is what makes the map. I think that's what a lot of people used to like about it. Okay. So, what's probably happening... So, if is defined player.gm spawn. That's clearly false the first time they spawn. So we do this. We say spawn is equal to this. You set their GM spawn. You set their visited zones. You go spawn from the zone. Spawn arrays get all spawns from zone. Okay. Respawn points. Against all the respawn points. If the point is inside the zone, here's the target point. If not is defined target point, return an empty array. Oh, why aren't we returning anything? Fat L, dude. How the hell did I do that? Oh, we had to just return spawn array. Okay, so I guess we should just keep walking the code then if this is how stupid my code is. So get GM spawn. For each player in visited zone.size, which will clearly never be anything right now because we don't have any visited zones. Have you ever played Ascension? Yeah, it's alright. I get kind of bored with Ascension really fast though. Is defined player.gm spawn. Get ideal spawn location. So, get all spawns from zone. Is that an infinite loop? No. It's not. Okay. So, get ideal spawn location. If there's any players in that zone, return nothing. If there's no spawns, return nothing. For each spawn and spawns, if there's a player and level up player, session state is playing, and there's a bullet trace that succeeds, and the player that is hit is the player, the spawn is not okay and continue, otherwise return the first spawn. If the spot exists, then return this. Otherwise, get all the zones, find an ideal spot in the zone, and return a spot if there is one. Otherwise, get a random start zone, which we know works, which is here. Okay. Now it'll work. Maybe. Transit wasn't awful either. I mean, it definitely was not a great map, but I think the main thing that kind of screwed up Transit was the denizens. The fog would not have been that bad if the denizens did not make it hell to navigate it. I also think they should have like really toned down how much fog there was. I think like a fog at your feet would have been better than like a full screen fog that makes it to where you can't see anything. Okay, yeah. So they all spawn in their start zones. Let's see what happens with the respawns. I'm gonna try to spawn trap as best as I can. I probably should have put on like super speed or something. Also, I'm always spawning in the same spot, which is not good. I should be spawning in a random spot with the rest of them. So maybe array random is not working? Or it's just not happening at all? He got a max ammo, he's just sitting there leaving it. What a bitch. I need a better gun if I'm gonna spawn trap. I can go get one from here though when I kill this idiot. Kuda's alright, but it's not great. I need to get a death machine. I still haven't tested that. It's probably a one-shot. Oh, hell yeah. This is perfect. If I can hit my shots. Alright, I'm gonna camp this guy's spawn. I know one trick that's already an issue. If you just... Well, actually, never mind, because it'll... So what I need to do is I need to randomize their visited zones first. And that'll fix the spawn camping issue. But we have no visited zones yet, so I will be able to spawn trap, I think, for sure. He should just respawn right over there. He should respawn right there as long as I'm not looking at it and I'm not in the same zone. So if I come over here, he'll always respawn right there. So I actually need to kill the rest of the zombies, basically. Yeah, I don't need that. Bruh. Where are these zombies at? I don't know why Discord stream mode does not work. It's really annoying. Let me disable overlay. Okay. Bye, Discord overlay. Ow. Alright, this is probably last. Okay, where did he spawn? Yep, he's down there. And now I'll just come annihilate him. And that's it, and I bet the other ones are back at their spawns too. Frame drops? Yeah. Had nothing to do with the script though, which is good. Okay, so this guy respawned back in my spawn. Kind of weird. Imagine getting collateraled through a zombie. I don't know how this idiot spawns over here. Damn, I just did 5,000 damage to him. That is kind of an exploit right there. If you can headshot with a sniper, you can make so much money, man. I need to really kind of... I need to do a min on that, actually. I know what to do for that. So I'm going to fix that really quickly, because that's kind of a broken exploit. You can do, like, a ridiculous amount of damage. So what I'm going to do... add to player, score int min. Yeah, min result self.health or self.max health, I guess. Okay. Now I need to figure out why the host is not getting a random spawn. It could be because this map code is running after I spawn. But I don't think that would be possible because this would not happen. Array randomize is probably always returning the same value. Does exit level work on BO3? Yeah, it does. I'm using it right now. That's how I'm exiting the game so quickly. I don't know where it is. It's in here somewhere. Right here. You could spawn the host in an empty zone. Yeah, there's no reason. I already spawned them in an empty zone. The issue is that the host... This array is not random. Which it should be. So either array randomize is not working... Something wacky's going on. I need to start using this more than this, because this sucks. Either that or the host player is... Oh, wait, I'm doing a teleport, I think, in utility. I'm doing a dev teleport, I think. Yep, here it is. Okay. Oh, that's really cool. So that I know my spawn point system's working, because think about this, okay? I was spawning in an empty zone every time. That bot, his spawn was Footlight, but because I was there, he couldn't spawn there. That's sick. Okay, I know that's working. That's awesome. That's a good way to discover that, I guess. Okay. Man, that's cool. I like that. Literally every drum and bass song ever has the same beat. Okay, so I spawned in the original oh. Okay, so something wacky's still going on. Fuck you, asshole. Where? So now nobody's spawning in Footlight? Huh. That's not good. Maybe I'm spawning too quickly? Oh. Yeah, no shit. Wait, never mind. So on player connect, if self is host, thread init game. So this may not be running before I spawn. Okay. So what I'm gonna do... Move all of this here. Make sure I'm not using any... Okay. And then I'm gonna make this run on our connect. And maybe now we'll spawn in the correct spot. Nice cock. Thank you. Okay, I spawned here. There's no bot here. I guess that's good. Now the question is, can I spawn anywhere else? So I guess it's just up to RNG now? Because this is the second zone, so unless I'm just not getting teleported, which is possible. Unless I'm just not getting teleported, that was correct, I think. Just unlucky. No. I think I'm not getting teleported. Yeah, I'm not getting teleported. Okay. So, I assume I'm just spawning basically before this logic runs. So, I guess... I guess I can run this on init level. Well, no. Okay, I know what to do then. I'm just gonna hack it. I already do a first spawn thing anyway. And then I'll do Self, set origin, get random map spawn, self, maybe that'll work? Did I re-inject? I don't think I did I? Well, we'll know, because if this does anything. No, I definitely injected. Wondering why my spawn is not being set properly. But everybody else is getting the correct spawn? Wonder my client ID is bad. Or it's because I'm allies. Well, but we don't even use that. So either it's getting threaded. Okay. So first, let me fix this. Okay, there's something wrong with my text search. Oh, no, there's not. So I guess I just need to do this.
Hey, this is Reed, drum-bass DJ and producer from Ghent. Big up to Gasker for inviting me for a guest mix for this month's Liquid and Beyond. I'll be featuring released and unreleased tunes of myself, my friends, and I'll play some classic Liquid tracks that have inspired me over the years. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this mix.
I guess this should be fun. Yeah, as far as spawns go, I have no idea what's going on. Unless I'm getting an undefined spawn. Okay, I think I know what to do then. So I am just gonna lazily create a gigantic black box. Debug box. Center. Center 0, 0, 200, 200, 1, 0, 0. It'll be red, white. The sort will be 99. The alpha will be 1. Server will not be defined. Then we will call debug box whenever we want to just test something. So what I want to do is going to, I guess, game mode. Spawn equals that, and then if not is defined, spawn self debug box. We'll change this to be this and set spawn here. And then we'll inject. Fuck it, I'm gonna do a full screen menu. Everyone's been doing the small ones. Okay, full screen menus are awful. People hate them. I promise you that is not a good idea. Like, I kind of agree as well nowadays. Like, I would never use a full screen menu because a full screen menu is not useful as a mod menu. Like, you're literally, you're blocking the entire gameplay from the person modding, which is like useless. I mean, like, yeah, you can do like setting, like a full screen menu for like game mode settings or something like that. That's good. But for, yeah, okay, so we're getting an undefined thing. Yeah, guys, this is how to debug right here. You just put a gigantic red box. No, you did not do it correctly. Okay, that's technically correct. But it costs more than it... What the fuck? Okay, this is being wacky. Oh, I know why, because I did not do this correctly. Fucking idiot. Okay. We want this function. What is this, BGB machine? Yeah. Okay. Next, I need to figure out why this is returning undefined. And particularly why it is returning undefined for the host. Okay. So we'll move the big red bad box. So I guess since we know that's undefined, we don't even need to do that anymore. So the next thing I want to test, I guess, is what is going wrong with that function being called. Because it's got to be called the way it's called. It would be like in here somewhere that it's called wrong. So this is the only place it would return undefined. So I'm assuming level.gm spawns just simply has not run yet. Which I think just means that the host player is spawning in before initialization has happened, which is kind of not great. I think what may be happening is this function runs asynchronously with this function, which means we may quite literally be doing this init game mode after this happens. So I guess the only solution here is to set up the maps here. But the problem is, if we do that, if client ID's init is called before the zone manager initializes, then we have a big problem. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Maybe I do. Hold on. We'll go into init game mode. Level.game mode init. If is defined and return. This will never run more than once. Now we have to do like a cleanup, I guess. So if our spawn failed, so I guess what I can do is go into the maps GSC, and here I'll do like player.last spawn failed equals true. Then we'll do in here spawn is equal to this, else spawn is equal to this, or actually that's not good. If not is defined spawn, do this. If not is defined, or I guess we'll say if is defined, or I guess player.last spawn failed equals not is defined spawn, return spawn. So then we'll basically do in their spawn script here, if we'll also do probably right here. No. Okay. If is defined self.last spawn failed and last spawn failed self fix spawn or try respawn. I'll do an underscore in case that's a built-in. So we'll put that in here with all the other spawn logic. Spawn equals this. Self. If is define spawn. Self set origin spawn. Else. If debug HUD. Host. Actually, no, we'll just do else. Level.players 0 debug box. Is that what that is called? I don't remember what I called it. Yeah. And then we'll just do if debug HUD in here. So this never makes it to release. We'll have to go back into the header, define debug HUD again, and just remove debug zone. And then inject. Dev HUD doesn't exist. Oh, it's not dev HUD, it's debug HUD. Oh no, it's not. I just accidentally deleted the line. Fat L. Debug HUD and debug box, because it's called dev HUD. Idiot. Okay. Alright, hopefully this works. Worst case, I'll disable the player's weapons and spawn them in back after the spawn delay. And I'll make them invisible too. This would only happen for the host as well, which I don't care about. Okay. Still did not work. But I guess we... What the fuck is going on, man? Alright, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. So the fact that there was no dev box is interesting, right? Let's just straight up do this. Gonna make IL highlighting for VSC before I hang myself. Have fun with that, buddy. That's a lot harder than you think it is. I'm not getting a debug box. What's more annoying is there's always a bot in this spawn. He's there. Where's the other one? Oh, the other one's over there. So yeah, their spawns are working fine. So I mean, clearly this function is just not running. So I guess we'll go back to this over here. Okay, so we're either going to get a green box or a red box, no matter what this time. The issue is this will run for every single player. So what I'll have to do then is just basically, if not is defined, self.dev offset self.dev offset equals 0. Then we'll go in here, 50, and we will just straight up offset the HUD element by 50 every time. This is how to debug, ladies and gentlemen, with lazy bullshit. So we're gonna get a sequence. I'm assuming we're gonna get red and then 3 greens, but we'll see. We may just get 4 reds or 4 greens, or none at all. Maybe something broke. Maybe I just screwed up my function here. The only reason I'm not using iPrintline is because this stuff runs before this intro screen's over. Greens, but I only see... Oh, there's the 4th green. Okay. Oh, and it's just going. It's just going on. Okay. Maybe I need to make that smaller, so I can actually get results later. So we'll make them 100, and we'll make the offset 25. They're all green, which means there is no instance where this happened and there was not the spawn array generated. So now what I want to do is test the order. So we know this is never happening right here. Okay. So that means what I want to do is if player dot last spawn failed We'll just debug box red. Else, do this. Y'all, this is some jank debugging. But it works. Red box if something breaks. Yeah. I don't know, I just started doing that today. But HUD elements are like the way to go if you can't iPrint. Three greens. 6 greens. Alrighty. So they're always getting a spawn point. Well, that sucks, because that means nothing that I thought was the problem is actually the problem. Yikes. Okay, let me get rid of this try respawn logic, I guess. I'll just comment it out. Because I want to have this available at some point, in case I need it. This can just go to hell. I guess the next goal... I've been told the force host devars from last CODs work, but in my experience it doesn't. I had to redo it. But Feb and Extinct were able to use the normal ones. Making, like a challenge game and rewarding liquids though, I'm doing that for this game mode too. Although it's kind of risky, because you gotta be careful. You don't want to, like, screw up people's stats. So, like, I'm thinking, like, you know, 3 liquid as a match bonus or something. How's it going? Pretty good, man. What about you? So I'm guessing what I'm gonna do now is straight up a switch statement on the zone name. And they should show me, like, what zone we're doing for each of them. I should only see 4 boxes here too. Doing alright. What are we doing? I'm working on I'm working on figuring out why the spawns aren't working correctly for this game mode. Do I do spawn requests? No. Not yet. I don't have any way to do it. I'd have to set up some kind of system. Because... I normally just basically throw on, you know, a YouTube playlist or a Spotify playlist. And I know that with song requests, I've seen from a lot of other streamers, things get kind of hectic. So I'll have to play around with it. I just realized I could use set lower message for iPrint line. Sure. I'll just make a menu notify instead. What's the game mode called? Zombie Blood Rush is my internal name for it, but I might call it something else. Yeah, sorry, man. Not today. Okay, so... that got called too many times. I think. Blue, green, yellow, red. Okay, so we should see something different than blue, green, yellow, red next game if the randomization's working. Also, that got called too many times, though. That means something's failing. Blue, green, yellow, red. So it was start, slums, canal, this. We should see a completely different order this time. Or a different order slightly. Green, yellow, blue, red. Yeah. So it's definitely different. So the randomization's working, which is good. I want to know why it's picking 6 spawns, and furthermore, I want to know why I'm not getting a spawn. Because as the host, you see how it's not giving me any kind of spawn? I know why. I know absolutely why. Okay. So here's the issue. Instead of last spawn failed, I need to be doing last spawn succeeded. And I need to set it to false here. And set it to true there. And then what I need to do is go into my game mode, uncomment this, do last spawn succeeded, or not, or I can just straight up do this, because this is negation theory, ladies and gentlemen. Very simple stuff. So if not as defined and last spawn succeeded. So basically if our spawn failed, we'll try to respawn. This is why it wasn't happening, because the spawn was not defined. That sucks, but at least we know how to fix it now. I'm going to pick something other than drum and bass now. Let's see what this is. Alright. Let me watch the volume too, because swapping to something else might screw it up. I think this is gonna get a lot louder, so I'm gonna put it right there. Did I not start? So hopefully what this will do is when I fail to spawn as the host, it'll just invoke try respawn. And this should not have a delay either. This should automatically put me where I'm supposed to be. This is why I don't like testing on Shadow too. This intro's annoying. Okay. Blue, yellow, green. Blue, yellow, green, red. Or wait, no. Oh my goodness. Red, yellow, green, blue. Red, yellow, green, blue. Okay. Here's my problem. Is red... So here's what we're about to find out. Red is default, right? So the first person who spawned got Zone Theater C. Then yellow. Then green. Then blue. So I got Zone Start here. I was just incredibly unlucky. If this is correct. So I'm just going to reset the game. I just got unlucky. I literally 25% chance of that happening, and it happened. Notche is nice because it loads quick, but it's tiny. I don't know what that is. So we're just going to restart and hope that that was bad. Heads up, we've detected copyrighted audio in your stream. Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Fat L. Not is nice because it loads. Making something big, it's probably best to do that. Well, I'm going to test a Noct too because I need to be able to handle... There's only 2 zones in Noct, by the way. So my entire spawn system has to be reworked for Noct. What I'm probably going to do is add override spawns. And say, if override spawns exists, use override spawns. But Noct is probably a really bad setup for this game. Okay, there's something wrong here. Wait, what the fuck? Red, green, yellow. Red, blue, green, yellow. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, it could be a cool 1v1 map. That's actually a good point. So, what the fuck is going on? Why is the host... Okay. New plan. Let's move this... here. Self-hide. Self-disable weapons. Self-show. Enable weapons. So what this will do is basically spawn you in. If you fail to spawn, you'll be turned invisible and have your weapons disabled. It'll wait a second, and then try to respawn you, and then show and enable your weapons. It's janky, but it may be the only fix. I might just need to look for a better callback, maybe? Or figure out where I can set up this script to where it'll do what I need it to do. But I don't know if it exists. My thought process, though, is that the zone manager has to be initialized before the script's running. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to spawn. So I'm guessing I may be able to just run my zone script in init. What happened? You fucking serious? Dude, what is going on? Red, yellow, red, green, blue, yellow, red. What? What is going on? So we're about to find out if this is even firing. Yeah, I hate this part of debugging. It's one of the problems I have with GSC. But, I mean, it's like this with anything. I'm thinking I need to just take the map code here and move this to be called in the init. Great, I closed my game mode. Okay, it's definitely trying to respawn me, but I guess it's just doing it too early. Which, no, that's impossible. Something wacky's going on. Okay, I know one thing that's wrong. Alright. First thing I'm doing, getting rid of this. Second thing I'm doing is just moving this map code. This is going to init. All right. This is what I'm worried about, though. This may just completely not work. And if this doesn't work, then I'm going to have to do some really hacky bullshit. Streamlabs is kind of a fat L. They don't even tell you how long you've been streaming. Neither does YouTube. Oh yeah, it does. 2 hours. Okay, so what did I want? Okay, he's all the way down there now. What the fuck? Are these zones enabled? I guess we'll know if they have points. So one of them's already dead. If they start taking damage, the zones are enabled. Yeah, they're taking damage. One of them did. He took 45, which is the buffer hit. But why is this open? How did this happen? Nobody bought this. That idiot should be dying right now. I hope I didn't buy this. I probably did. But it's still not an open zone. He's still not able to. Okay, there's zombies over there. Yeah, he's getting his ass kicked. That zone should not be enabled. If it didn't work the way I think it didn't. Did he buy it? Did he buy the door? No, I think he's stuck. I don't want to go over there. But he should have been hit by now. If there's zombies even over there. So either we got all the zombies, or he just doesn't have any zombies. I guess I gotta figure out where all the zombies are, or he's gonna start getting hit. The other bot got 4 kills. There's only so many zombies that spawn on the first round. We've got 7. I think only 8 spawn. So there's gotta be either one zombie around here, or that idiot didn't get any zombies. Alright, I think I'm debugging the wrong issue right now. So what I'm going to do is move that back to where it is. Here. Is there a way you could remove the player's ability to see through the wall? Yeah, I want to figure that out, but I don't know how to yet. Okay. This needs to go right here. That's the first step. The second step is taking this function, putting this here. If level.gm init maps okay, make this a singleton, or not a singleton, a single call function. And move this out of here. So what that'll do is that'll basically move it to making the map thing be on demand. Essentially what'll happen is that map pre-caching, or like all the map logic, will occur when the first player spawns. We've also then set up the game mode to automatically use this as the callback spawn. This should occur before the player even connects. That means that theoretically this should work as well as it's going to, and then that means I need to set up and like debug the rest of the spawn logic, because I think there's some bugs in the spawn logic as well. And I think we can just kind of basically remove that code. Yeah, I need to figure out how to do the looking through walls, disable looking through walls, because that's a really unfair advantage. What is going on, man? This is really starting to annoy me. Like, it's literally just not running the function. Alright. All I'm gonna do. This is getting commented out. Debug box. And I'm going to disable bots. Where did I put the bot spawns? Okay. If dev bots. Alright, so now the goal... Okay, this music's pissing me off. Now what we should do is basically see one box. And that's it. There should be nothing else on the screen. Let's see what I can find that's not trash. Should have taken song quests. Man, I would have liked to get more done today than just spawns. It kind of sucks, but I knew this was going to be one of those things that took a lot of time. Okay, so we're not even getting a red box. That is really, really weird. I actually don't understand why that's happening. My callback just must not be working. There's got to be something wrong here. This function has to be like exiting, or no, it couldn't be crashing the thread. Why is this not? I guess I just need to look at how the game loads spawns, because something is definitely not... Oh, this is only for respawns! No, shit, I didn't even think of that! Fuck. See? Spectator respawn. No, man. I've been debugging the wrong fucking problem for this long. Oh, dude, that sucks. That sucks, man. Oh, well. Oh, well. Does it even set their spawn locations the first time? It only... Oh, man, that sucks. Okay, I guess... I need to look for a callback. This may be where it's done. Oh, they already set up the damage HUD feedback anyway. Nice. So I can just remove that from my code. I don't need to do that. I'll comment it out for now, but I don't think I need this. Let's see. Nav card stuff. I guess I need ZM on player spawned. Update zone name. Nice. Okay. I guess what I'll have to do then... Okay. I do have an idea. So I need my try respawn function. Do I have it in here? Or where did I put it? I put it in map. So try respawn. Righto. So Let's say self dot so I guess what this should do then, straight up, is fix the bug. I hope. I also want to see if my BGB fix worked, because Feb sent me some information, and I swear, okay, it's hilarious because Feb sent me info that I was already using in my script, but I wasn't using it correctly. And when he just sent that showing that he had a WTF, I was like, or you know, whatever he was doing, I was like, wow. Okay, so now it works. Great. All this time I've been debugging the wrong thing. Okay. It's fixed now, though. That's what's important. I need to get rid of all my debug box calls, though. And re-enable bots. I can't believe, man. That's crazy. I mean, that just goes to show, though, like, this is why GSC's so hard sometimes, is if you know, miss even the slightest detail, you can just completely, like, screw up your entire setup. And you could be doing everything right except for that tiny detail and just have everything fall apart. And I should have definitely looked at where the callback was invoked way, way, way earlier in the debugging process, but I just assumed that because the callback worked when the bots were respawning, that it worked for me. But it didn't. So yeah, that's just something interesting to consider. And that would also be why the bots were respawning in that zone. It was not 2 hours. It was probably only an hour and a half. Okay, so I spawned over here, but so did the bot. So we've got some debugging to do still. But at least I got a random spawn. And I'm gonna go look. Wait, is there somebody down there? No. Somebody over there? And somebody... He looks like he's down below the ground. How did that happen? Oh, no, he's not. He's over in Boxing Gym. Okay, so for whatever reason, nobody took this spawn. I assume what may have happened is because we all spawned at the same time. Maybe my get random zone logic isn't working correctly. BO3 is just suicidal, GSC. I mean, this would have had... I much prefer Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 2 because Black Ops 2, this would have taken me like 3 more hours to figure out just because of how buggy it is. And it's a lot less stable. So... But this also forced me to make some better change. I like how I've got my map set up callbacks now and stuff, so... Is this idiot dead? Did he die? I don't see him. He's dead. Rip bot. Okay. Let me check my Gobblegum fix. It works! Thank you, Fab. Appreciate it. If you're still watching, if you're not, actually, I'll just DM him. Okay. I'll put a line of credits in here for him, too. I'd assume it's in game mode somewhere down here. Something like that. Let me check. Okay. So, now I gotta fix my spawn logic, which I'm much happier to do because it's not probably that hard to debug, hopefully. Okay, so we know the spawns are random. That's good. That's great. We also know that we're at least getting a random start zone. So this function is correctly working. It's just getting basically any spawn from the zone and returning true. So the next issue becomes why this is not working. So we go into get GM spawn. For each zone in their visited zones. Let's say visited zones doesn't exist. What happens? It returns undefined. So, if not is defined, oh, sorry. Not is defines this, or player to visit zones. Oh, wait, sorry. Is defined and, okay, then we say if is defined player GM spawn. GM spawn is set in this function here. So get random spawn zone. So I guess now I have to do some dev boxes. Level.players. We're gonna dev box a green dev box. So this will tell me that a player had a GM spawn, but there was no ideal spawn location for them, which I know this function's not working. Like, absolutely it's not working, so I'll have to go back and look at that. Is defined return struct and return struct spot or spot.origin. That's correct. This will tell me that there were no safe zones, period, which should never happen. And I already know this is never going to do anything because I never even use this. This is a syntax error. Okay, so I'm going to double check get ideal spawn location. So we do basically if ZM zone manager get players in zones. So let me double check this function and see what it does, because I may have overlooked something. Wait, zone flags updating. If not zone enabled, zone returns 0. We know the zone's enabled though because we always enable them first. For each player, number of players. If is defined, return players in zone, else return num in zone. So we're getting the number back. Wait a minute, did I just say if is defined? Bitch! Treyarch! You motherfuckers! That's not how to do this function. You motherfuckers. So, they set up this function, return players. They don't check if it's false. So if you pass the false parameter, it doesn't matter. If you define it at all, it will return players in zone. What a shitty function. That's some fucking dog shit, bro. Okay. So that would never return false, and that would always return undefined, which means that was broken. So good thing I look back at that. Now we'll look at all spawns from zone. We know that works already, actually. So if not is defined, can I speak? If not is defined spawns, or the spawn set size is less than 1, return undefined for each spawn in the location if a bullet trace passes the player. So for each player in leveled.players, if their session state is not playing, continue. Ent is bullet trace. If is defined and is player, spawn OK is false, return. If spawn OK, return spawn. Okay, sweet. So maybe that bug was what was screwing up the spawn logic. I'm thinking it was. Because it would always return an undefined, or it would always return an array, right? Because yeah, they did players in zone. And the way it works is an if statement just checks if it's not 0 and it exists. And an array always exists. So that would have always returned true. So now we're either going to crash from infinite recursion, or it's going to work. Or it's not going to work. But I don't like option 3, so I'm just going to pretend it doesn't exist. Okay, nice. One script error with one parameter. Fun. Okay. Time to restart Black Ops 3. I assume what it didn't like was this function here. And now we have to put undefined. Unless I added something else. Is it called dev box or debug box? It's called debug box, so never mind. That wasn't the problem. The problem was my shitty memory. Okay, cool. I'll be right back while this is loading. Right, I'm back. Alright. So, as long as the spawns work, that's a big part of the game mode. Like, that's probably the thing that I was most worried about. I think I still got some debugging to do as well. If I remember correctly, I need to... fix the bug where basically if you just barely leave the zone... Or, yeah, I need to set it up to where their collected zones works. And then I also need to... I probably need to do zone scoring. But I might do that at the end of the game mode. To fix spawn trapping, basically, is what the issue would be. But I'm not sure. Okay, I'm here. I don't see a bot. There's a bot down there, which is definitely not correct. There's a bot over there, which is also not correct. Well, is he? No, he's in the right spot. He can be over there. Okay. That guy should not be over... Or this fucking guy down there should not be down there. I assume what happened is because the bot spawned twice, he basically just got a straight up respawn point. I may have been in his spawn. So I'm going to go back to testing some dev boxes on some stuff. But at least everybody spawned in a different spot. That's the first thing that's kind of important. But this guy should not be all the way down there, because there's no way for him to get out. And that would be one of those spots where, like, if that was part of the game mode, you would just be screwed as that person. So I don't want that to be a thing. But I'm going to go in there and kill him to prove a point. Unless he's got zombies down there, in which case the zombies will kill him. But I want to get down there first, so. Okay, I gotta run down there. I see points going on, so he may be dead soon. Don't die, bot. You're mine. Oh, maybe he's in the pack punch room. That would be really bad. No, he's not. Hey, fucker. What are you doing? Why are you down here? Very interesting. The keepers did not spawn when I came down here. This is, of course, not active. I'm worried that it's possible to spawn in there. If that is the case, we have a problem. Leslie, don't like you. This is so sad. Can we get a Twitch Prime? You just ran all the way down to kill her? Yep. Had to be done. There's no other way. I also need to make sure they don't respawn in whatever their initial zone was. Like, this fucker should not spawn here with me. She didn't. Okay, so we got one up there. Got one over there and one in there. Okay. So I guess that's good. I still want to know why somebody spawned down there. Okay, somebody got a nuke. That guy's jumping like a crazy ass. They always get tripped out over here. In this spot right here where he is, they just go crazy. Well, I guess he gave up. But look, you see this? Okay. What? Bitch. Motherfucker. Okay. So I guess the only way that's happening, so they die when they first spawn, and then they respawn. So I'm guessing what's going on here is that two people are getting the same start zone. So this is the struct here that would set up your spawn zone, right? And it doesn't care if that spawn is safe. So clearly what's happening is this is running, getting past this, it's checking their GM spawn, it's getting the ideal spawn location, but it's not... Huh. So clearly this is it's getting past this, of course, right? We're getting all the spawns from the zone. Maybe this is invalidating the spawn? I don't know. It's just kind of odd that it's possible for them to end up down there, because that's not a start spawn. I want to see if it happens again. I think it will. Is this just part of the spawn, or is this my audio driver? It's part of the song. That sucks. I don't like that. See what this is. Oh, lovely. Oh, lovely. Yeah, I'm good. Fuck all of that. Okay, so I'm up here again. This has to be RNG, right? So everybody's in the right spot this time. Wait, are they? What's going on? Okay, everybody's in the right spot. For sure, right? Wait, what? You fucker. How did you get over here? How the fuck did you get up? You little bastard. You're not supposed to be up there. He's in the right spot. He's not. So what would cause that? Okay. What's up, Easer? It's going alright. Not fantastic. But it's going alright. Just running into some issues with some spawn logic, basically. You're gonna remake T7 for memes? I don't think they'll give a shit. But trying to poke at Activision's a horrible idea. That will get you bonked so fast. Okay. We should get some okay, what the fuck did I do? 71? Oh, right. Oh, wait, no. My brain is melting right now. I just really like the design. It looks like Shark's base. What do you mean? I mean, that shit straight up looks like Shark's base. I don't know, to each their own, but... I don't like the design of T7. Okay, so everybody got a unique spawn location. It's just... I think the respawn logic is not putting them where they should be. I would have only got 3 boxes if somebody got a bad spawn location, right? And I would have got a duplicate. No way. Did I just get lucky and have it... Bruh. The one time I test with the boxes, I get lucky enough to have people in their correct locations. Time to restart. This game does not like me. It's so sad. I really like their HUD design in this game. It's really cool. Alright, hopefully somebody spawns in Narnia this time. Because I'm trying to debug that issue and see if it's an initial spawn location issue or if it's something else. Okay, I spawn here. This is normally where we get the bug, right? He's in the right spot, I think. They are not. Somebody is not in the right... Okay, so it's definitely not initial spawns that's the problem, right? Because this is still the correct... It's just a random order, which is correct. But this little bastard is not where he's supposed to be. So, alright. Let's comment this out. Okay. So the next... It's also interesting because it means that this is not getting called twice. That means this has to be being set, and this function has to be the issue. So if player.visitedZones is defined, and the size is greater than 1, or I'm sorry, greater than 0 is what it needs to be, for each zone. Why do I even do that? Whatever. For each zone in player visited zones. So visited zones is empty. I know that for a fact. So this is not happening. This is going to probably be where the issue is. So if their GM spawn is defined, which I know it is, try to get an ideal spawn location. GM spawns the zone, right? Yeah. So get ideal spawn location is not working, basically. If is defined spot, return spot. Okay. We know his spawn location's empty. Okay, I'm gonna do some safety here. So this is basically saying if the players... Okay. So I need parentheses here. So if players that size is greater than 1, and it's if it's greater than 0, and the size is greater than 1, or player 0 is not equal to player. And that is just checking to basically make sure that if there are players in the zone, it's not them. Because what might be happening somehow is the bot is, like, respawning in their own zone. But because there's a player there that's them, like, more or less, the bot may be just straight up respawning in their own zone on the same frame somehow. There may be some logic here that's busted. I could just remove this player from that array, but that would be kind of annoying. Okay. Get all spawns from the zone. So we know this works, right? For each spawn in the spawns. What I can even do here is take this. And then do if player or if not is defined spot. And then we'll figure out some more information there. Although this is actually useless. Well, it's not really. Okay. So the next thing I could see being an issue is that this bullet trace is just straight up ignoring level geometry. Oh, this is wiping player. That's why. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so I used the same name. That's probably what broke it, honestly. Okay, cool. Maybe now it's gonna work? I'll probably end this stream here soon as well, because I've got some people waiting on me. So probably around 7, I'll end it. Hopefully before then I can get the track like the visited zones. Okay, I got the original spawn now, which is okay. That guy's over there. That guy's over there. Where's the other one? You're there. You're there. Oh, he's over there. Okay, so that worked. Let's run it one more time. Just to make sure it's not a freak accident that it worked. Because it seems like every time I spawned in Canal it was breaking, but I think it's just coincidence as well. Because of the order of the zones not being different in the level. Which means technically you could predict spawn cycles if you are a mad genius and memorize the zone cycles, or like, you know, really sweat out this game mode, but shit, if you do that, I mean, you deserve to win. I'm not gonna fucking challenge you if you do shit like that. I would have also liked to get all of the zone locations done today, but I'll probably do those off stream. Because I have to basically just go through each map and pick the 4 spawns that people can use for initial spawns. Uh-oh. I respawned here again. Maybe it's bad RNG. We've got somebody over there. Got somebody over there. Got somebody over there. Okay. One more time. It's probably just bad RNG, because everybody spawned in a different spot. One more try. There's no way this is random. There's no way I just spawned in the default spawn. Back to colorful boxes. Oh man. It was getting old. There's no way I was that unlucky that I got the 25% chance 3 times in a row to be at the spawn location, the default spawn. It's just bad RNG, there's no other way. That, or by unbricking my other code. I fucked up something else. Wow, bro, I was just unlucky. Because the second I enabled my switch, I spawned somewhere else. Okay, well, fuck's sake. Okay, that's good. Let me just double check this. Yeah, that's right. Let me make sure it's the actual right price. It is? That's great. Okay. So I guess that means it is now time to collect the locations that they've been to. I do not think that there is a zone entering event or anything like that. I will look, but there's probably no event. So I may just have to run a loop on them. Yeah, so definitely not. So what that means is that I need to run a thread on them and collect their zones. So let's do that. Yeah. So they've got is in array. I think that might be in the array util. Nope. Array item. Let me also... What, Leaf? Did the comp server just go offline? Given I'm using it, probably not. But let me check. I don't know. Let me finish what I'm doing. Hold on. Okay, so we'll find out if the compile server's offline. Oh yeah, definitely. What is it, the 16th? Oh yeah, yeah, I know why it's dumb. So, I guess it's the end of the stream then. That really sucks, cause... Shit. I didn't think about that. Well. Oh, well. thank you everybody for watching. It is time to go eat for me. And since the compile server is down, there's nothing I can really do, so... I'll probably stream again Thursday or Friday. Well, tomorrow or Friday. Probably Friday. But yeah, I'll probably work on this game a little bit more tonight, too. Because I want to get some of the, like, tedious stuff out of the way. So, anyway. Thank you everybody for watching. And I will see y'all in the next stream.